Alright, my fellow bookworms, so today's book, I know I have at least seen probably 5 to 10 times on Book Talk, so I know most of you have probably either read it or have seen it, heard about it, whatever. I also see it at Walmart and everywhere, really. So this is the first book I tried reading on my iPad, on the Kindle app, to see how I liked reading on a device rather than a physical book. And of course, I've mentioned a few times that I recently bought a Kindle, so that answers that question. So, today's book is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Make sure I said that name right. So, again, I feel like I've seen this book on Book Talk, and so I don't want to talk too much about it, because I feel like I'd spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it yet if I gave away too much. So, but basically it talks about a couple who used to have what you'd call the perfect marriage, depending on what your definition of a perfect marriage would be. And of course, obviously, no marriage is perfect. Mine's not perfect as much as I like to think it is. But either way, so it turns out that the husband is having an affair, and the mistress comes up dead. He is, of course, the main suspect, because she was found in his bed. But either way, so his wife is an attorney, and she agrees to take the case. So that's kind of how it gets all mixed up in there. So, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's really all I can give away to you guys without spoiling too much. So I'm going to shut up about it. So either way, I finished this book on July 20th, and I finished it on the 23rd. So as I said in my Size Matters video, I was trying to finish all and any of the books that I could before the 27th, just because me and Dawson were making a trip to McKay's. And so I don't guess this one counts since I read it on a device, but no. But overall, this was a pretty good read. I wasn't really sure if I'd read it again though. So yes, it was on a device, so it couldn't physically go to McKay's, but that's where it probably would have gone. So as far as reading it on a device, I removed it from my device and did not make, as I put it, did not make the list of books I want to add to my collection. It was a good read, but I don't know, it just didn't give me that satisfied feeling of, yeah, I'd probably read this again. You know, does that make sense? Anyways, so that being said, y'all know what time it is. It is Goodreads review time. So on Goodreads, I gave The Perfect Marriage 4 stars, and my review says, wow, so good, and talk about a twist. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, sometimes I feel like my opinion versus everybody else's can get very twisted, like things that people don't think are good. It can be a book, it can be a certain type of food, it can be anything. I can think it was good or whatever, and everybody else is like, eh. So I may have thought that the twist in this book was huge, and y'all may think it's like, okay, and so, but either way, it was good. I guess I'd recommend it. If anybody's getting into the mystery genre, it'd probably be good for anybody who's getting into the genre. But if it's one of your favorite genres, I don't know if I'd recommend it. Does that make sense? Alright, so either way, guess that's all I got for you. So with that being said, that is my review of The Perfect Marriage.